Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Are we live?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. Why didn't you cue me in, man? Anyhow, all right, everybody. Welcome to this crazy edition of BB Nation Radio. As always, I'm your host, J-Dub, and we are coming to you live from all over the place. Thank you, Corona. That's all we can say. So I am on remote here in the HQ of Backwoods Veterans Media, and along with me is the one, the only, Miss Lovely, Sexy Girlfriend, Miss Mariah.
Oh, sexy girlfriend!
And from his home,
hello.
there you go. And from his home 20 over there in Prime, Tucky, Oregon, also known as Prineville, we have my fellow U.S. Army veteran and our outdoor expert, our good friend, John the Dapper Sapper Toll.
Here's Johnny.
The show can wait. I need to look pretty.
And as always, the man, the myth, the legend, the man behind the scenes, as always, the high-tech redneck himself, good old John.
He's a high-tech redneck.
Good evening.
So, yes. So please remember to share our Facebook page with your friends over there at Backwoods Vets. They're on Facebook. And also, don't forget here on YouTube to go ahead and click the like button, or the subscribe button, I should say, as well as that little bell, so that way you know when we go live or upload new content here on our YouTube channel of Backwoods Veterans Media. Also want to remind you guys, be sure to check out our homepage, backwoodsvets.com, where you can catch up on all the latest and greatest of what's going on within Backwoods Veterans Media and BV Nation. Quick shout out right quick to our friends and sponsors over at Eric's Armory and ericsarmory.com for all your shooting, reloading, and tactical needs, whatever it may be, whether shopping in store or online. Be sure to head up our friends up at Eric's Armory and ericsarmory.com. And if you're looking to get your favorite squawk box worked on and get your service done, a new installation, or trying to get some upgrades done and taken care of, be sure to get in touch with our friend Tiny over at Tiny CB Shop and tinycbshop.com. So we have one event on the calendar that has not been postponed or anything else yet due to the COVID-19. We're still in the wings of that one, but as of right now, it is still a go. That hasn't changed, and that is our second annual Guitars for Stars, Saturday, May 23rd, out at the Beaver Creek Saloon here in Beaver Creek, Oregon, benefiting the Fallen Outdoors. It's going to be a great show.
That's on Beaver Creek Road, by the way.
Yes, that is on Beaver Creek Road. That is benefiting our friends over there at TFO. And, man, what a lineup that we have. We have our friends from December, Trent, and Sinners Like Us. I almost said Trent Beaver. Trent Beaver was last year. And many others to be announced. We have our good buddy Richie, the Redneck Pimp King, that is going to be coming out and being our guest MC. So that is going to be awesome to see him. And we are going to have a ton of great stuff up for grabs at the event. So you're not going to want to miss out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So with that being said, guys, what's going on? John, how are you holding up over on your side of the mountain, brother?
Oh, well, we're still 0 confirmed cases in my county, so it's not too bad, actually. Yeah, made a trip over the mountain the other day, though, to finally pick up my rifle parts.
Very nice, yes.
So it's that I finally got mostly assembled today, actually. So I'm just waiting on the last 4 parts, actually, and then she's done finally. Thank God. It's been like a year in the making for this silly thing.
A year?
But,
I thought it's been less than that.
Oh, no, it's been a year in the making. It's been a while, man. So between planning for it and prepping for it, saving for it, and figuring out which parts to use and abandoning certain parts because they're great company, but they're shit when it comes to their service and sales. Yeah, you know, all kinds of stuff. So, but yeah, finally there's light at the end of the tunnel, and I have an actual piece, that I can hold and hopefully shoot in the next coming couple weeks.
Very nice indeed. Yeah, whenever this gets lifted, man, we'll have to get together so we could actually go dial them in together, because I got mine that's ready to go.
Right.
ready to
Well,
get dialed in.
The original plan was that we were going to do all that when we proof shoot the 308 for G4S, but that's kind of on hold right now. So
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully we will not be on hold for too much longer. But then again, the president did just here a little while ago. He did just update the whole freaking stay home, freaking quarantine type shit. Now, instead of the end of this month, it is now to the end of next month. So,
well, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
Yep, that's all we can do at this point. So,
For sure. That's all I got.
all right, Mariah, what's going on with you?
Oh, not a whole lot. Oops, I missed a button. Not a whole lot, just a really long work weeks. I've been getting a lot of extra hours with everyone being home. They're able to make the appointments for their animal to be seen and everything. Having to work under some pretty strict guidelines at work now, but
I was going to
That's
say,
right.
how does it feel to be essential?
oh my goodness.
Essentially
It's-
basic.
Oh, wah, wah.
You're lucky you're at a smacking distance. It's not bad being essential. It's nice to still be able to work and everything. I'm glad I still have a job at this point that I can go to. But we are restricted on some things. Other than that, still the only place I've been besides work and home and over here with J-Dub is going to see my horse still, which has kept me a little bit sane. So
Right, at least it's getting out of the house and able to do something.
a little
I'd like
bit.
to see proof that you're sane.
A little bit, but other than that, I'm not going anywhere doing anything. So I'm ready for everything to be lifted and be back to our normal lives and be able to get together in studio.
Yeah, right. That's another thing that I'm not used to doing this show not in studio. I'm just saying. I mean, it's nice to not have to travel, but at the same time, it's like, okay, that's not why we set the studio up, was so that way we could all be there. But no, thank you, Corona. We all have to be, yeah.
Happy to have High Tech back this week.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Speaking of high tech,
I'll pass it on over to you, High Tech.
So real quick, I just like to note Mickey Severson, the Harambe keeper, is here, and he posted hashtag sexy girlfriend is essentially moist.
No.
And
Well,
Miss Injury
no
Fall,
comment.
otherwise known as Waterfall or Firefall, is here with us. She was just telling us about how it's been weeks since her last injury, and now she just burned herself with a cigarette. So
yeah, I was gonna say,
There.
and that comment just popped up.
yeah, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. Just saying.
This is why you can't have nice things, Annie. Just saying.
Well,
Throwing it
yeah,
out.
missed the show last week because I was out of touch with society, which was really nice. Let me tell you, went up there in the Mount Hood National Forest and and yeah, just found a spot to park the trailer there and camp out and had a great time with my daughter. We went kind of all over the woods hiking around and had the dog with us, and he was running along the the down logs and all that kind of stuff, playing around in the creek. Yeah, it was a good time. Went up to the lake, got a couple lines wet there for a bit, although didn't really see too many fish. Did see one fish get caught. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, riding bikes. Of course, gathering wood and making campfires and all that, and yeah, it was a great and wonderful time and out and away from everybody and everything. We still could listen to the radio, so we were still listening and hearing all the different updates that were going on and all that. But other than the radio, we were out of touch with everybody. No cell phones, no no internet, no any of that kind of stuff. So it was a good time. It was a good time. So yeah, definitely glad to be back, and sucks that you guys did have to do the audio show over from Spreaker last week. It wasn't over on our
Hey,
YouTube.
You know what? It's fine, dude. It was a good time. It had that OG feel to it, which was really cool. And some of our fans and stuff that follow along with us, all the way from Word Say Go to now, we're just like, wow, this is kind of an old school feel and everything else. The only thing that was missing was you and Carl, So it wasn't that bad at all, and it was a good time. It really was. So
were you truly missing Carl or just me?
Well, truly missing is a whole other ball game. But as far as cast wise was a different feel. That's what I'm saying. So, but no, it was a good show.
So
we made it work. So.
Yeah. The only otherwise, was back to work there Thursday and Friday, and playing catch up and all that, and be working a full week here this coming week. But I was sad to hear a little bit of news today, and that is that country music legend artist Joe Diffie passed away.
Me.
Yeah, so I gotta play a little something for him.
Here. All right.
And somebody
go
better
get the mannequin.
Somebody
better
better
go grab the mannequin and a stiff drink to put in his hand, fill his boots full of sand and everything else. We know how the song goes. Kind of sad he wrote his own obituary and didn't even realize it, man.
Exactly.
I mean, and it's funny because we were talking in pre-production. It's just like, why couldn't he been spared? And this is bad to say, but why couldn't he be spared and somebody else be taken instead?
Yes.
Not gonna mention no names, Pelosi, but
So anyway, that's kind of it for me. Oh, wait a minute. No, I did have something else. Speaking of our sponsor over there at Tiny CB Shop, when I got back in town, did go ahead and trek out there and take a gander at things he had over there, and they're a little bit bored at the time, so I may have gone ahead and got my radio installed in the truck and got the other radio worked on and ordered a bunch of extra parts so that I can run my secondary rig out of the trailer or here off the house or whatever. So yeah, that's already been fun to play with here. You and I have been bouncing back and forth on it a little bit, and looking forward to.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to get that going again.
Yeah, nice. So, yeah, what's going on with you, man?
Not much, brother. Just enjoying being an essential employee that has to work from home, pretty much. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice because I don't have far to travel. It's pretty much just roll out of bed and fire up the computer right here at the desk. But at the same time, it's just like, okay, I need to get out and go to the office, because between doing the, work from home and doing Backwoods Veterans, business and stuff at the same time, all day, pretty much from the time I get up to damn near when I go to bed, it's like, okay, I'm ready for the change up again. So that way I can, have that subconscious switch one half for the other. And, it is what it is. And it's funny how you talk about work and everything else, because one of the things that they're doing, at least with mine, is now they're doing a split. So now instead of working a regular Monday through Friday, 7 to 4:30, now we're doing 12-hour shifts, 4 days a week, from 6 in the morning to 6 at night. And I'm just like, oh my God. So now I went from Monday through Friday to Wednesday through Saturday now. So it's making things pretty interesting. But no, I mean, it was a good time hanging out with, linking up with you once you finally got back from over there up off the mountains and stuff, and going out to Tiny's out there to shop there, and, watching that finally come to fruition and see you finally get your setup put back in your rig. And I know it's funny because that's a radio that you've been, drilling over since you lost the first one.
Yes.
And to finally actually have the same setup back again, put back in the truck and back better than ever, you're just like, yes. Oh my God, it's so nice. And it's funny because when I talk to you on the radio, you can hear it. I mean, you can tell that you're digging it again. So,
oh yeah, it's been a long time since I've got to play with the radio and all that, and I remember how much I really enjoyed the radio versus cell phones.
Oh yeah,
and,
well, because
back in the day,
goes down.
Yeah, well, back in the day when when we were talking on the CBs all the time, right? That was still when you had the the minutes and everything on your phones. So you only had 2 hours worth of talk time or whatever, and or a quick T9 text message you could send or something like that.
Right.
And and
What
we'd
are you
always
talking
send.
about? They were still using the pagers when we were.
Well,
in
this
high
is true
school and
too.
everything
This
else,
is
man.
this is true too. But we'd send a a text or a page or whatever, and just say hey, we're over on this channel or whatever, and then we just pop up and talk and BS over there. Or first we tried calling out on the CB, and yeah, it's the thing is it's a pretty low tech way to stay in communication, especially if things go down or whatever else. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
I got my
it's
setup.
pretty nice.
It is pretty neat. I got my setup starting here in the studio as well, because I actually put a whole new bench and stuff together here with my setup and everything from where I do my broadcasting from. So not only do I have that now, but I also got the start of my bass unit being set up. So now the only thing I'm missing now is just the antenna, a power supply, and an external speaker for it, and I'll be good to go. So, but we can talk more about that here later on. It's I see we have a bunch of folks checking in there in the comments. So,
Yeah,
Josh, you want
so-
to do that rundown right quick?
Yep. So in addition to those mentioned previous, we also have Mr. Pete Barlow, GILO himself, checking in with us, saying that as long as the domestic travel ban gets lifted, his leave is approved for G4S. So we're
Nice.
definitely looking forward to seeing him. Looks like mom and dad are checking in. They're
Very
listening.
cool.
And they're not just holding the glass up to the door there, so that's good.
Right.
We got actually it looks like that is it in addition. So yeah,
Well, as far as folks that are commenting, but
yes.
from the looks of things, we got more people watching and listening than what they are commenting along, which is cool. I'm good with that. So, as long as people are tuning into the show, that's all that counts. So, alrighty. So, and by the way, didn't you have, speaking of the stupid Corona and shenanigans and stuff that people do when they get bored and dealing with the Corona apocalypse, didn't you have a video or something that you put together for our viewers?
Oh yeah. Here, let me pop it up real quick.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't know what possesses these people.
The first, Jesus Christ. The first time I seen this shit, I thought they were just huffing, and then when they actually lit it on fire, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, this broad. My dude, I lost like half my dude. Oh my god, my brows, he
Thing
gone.
with this is that you gotta fucking blow. Use them blowing skills. Jeez.
These people are fucking dumb. Sorry for my language, but good God, man. Yeah.
That was one for each of you.
Yeah, I know. I'll drink to that. Oh, wait, I already did. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What?
Remember we used to talk about all the the Tide Pod eaters and the condom snorters and all the hot coil challenge and all that other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This is just another one of those stupid things that that these kids are doing, and just it kills me, man. It kills me.
They're lucky they don't collapse their lungs doing that.
Yeah, no shit, right? But,
So I know a couple people that know how to like professionally breathe fire, and like you gotta, like, I wasn't joking, like you gotta blow that stuff. That's why that is so dangerous. You gotta push that shit out your mouth, out of your lungs, and for God's sakes, like, I feel bad for the person who inhales that because they're going to die.
No kidding.
right? Yeah. Freaking, Pete says, isn't there enough going on? Oh, Richie Redneck Pimp just joined in saying, Osio to you, good sir. Thanks for joining tonight's show. So-
Pete also says his soldiers are going to do this.
I am not surprised. Gesundheit.
Sorry.
Mariah's over there freaking blowing it up.
Sorry.
Oh, she's trying to practice that exhale so she can try it.
Right? I mean, I wasn't going to say nothing, but I mean, if you want to call a spade, it is what it is, right? So, anyhow, all right. Well, we're running behind a little bit on our time clock here, so why don't we go ahead and jump into it with John? You ready for the outdoors, good sir?
Indeed.
All right, let's do it, brother.
This outdoor segment is brought to you in part by Eric's Armory. And now, for your outdoor segment host,
Here's Johnny.
How neat is that? That's pretty neat.
Oh my God! Yes, indeed, it is neat. You guys, good evening. Welcome to the show. If you are just tuning in, I am your outdoor host, the Dapper Sapper, John. First things first. If you haven't
He's not
yet,
so dapper.
Stop.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can't see it, but the mustache is gone. I was tired of eating it in the mornings. But anyways,
No.
still got the goatee, still got epic sideburns, and my hair is now officially reached hippie status long. It's pretty neat. I'm actually pretty stoked about it. I don't think my hair has been this long since I was a sophomore, junior in high school or something like that. It's kind of cool. But anyways, you guys, if you haven't yet, please go check out our sponsor at Eric's Armory at ericsarmory.com, or check out their Instagram or Facebook page at Eric's Armory. I just spent a little portion of Saturday afternoon with Eric and his wife Julie over in the shop, which we're actually going to go over some of what I discussed with Eric in the shop is part of the outdoor segment today, due to what's going on with the coronavirus and panic buying and all that stuff. So with that, first topic of the evening is guns. We have the guns.
You'll get to use them. Big guns, small guns, future guns, all guns, stupid guns, unacceptable.
Uh-oh, you lost me.
All right. So due to the coronavirus, obviously we've seen a huge uptick in the sale of firearms around the state of Oregon, around the country. Period. If any of you listening, which most of you are gun enthusiasts, you likely know that ammo is virtually non-existent right now for immediate purchase, and that even some firearms and firearm stores are completely sold out of weapons and anything else, because people are not only panic buying toilet paper in their infinite retardation, but they're panic buying firearms and guns. Seeing a lot of people that have never handled or owned a gun before buying guns. So this is kind of a public service announcement. After talking with Eric and Julie, like, if you've never owned a gun before and are thinking about buying a gun, great. I don't discourage that at all. Do some research, get your knowledge up, by whatever state you live in, learn what you have to do to purchase said firearm. Do not be calling your gun broker or dealer at 11 o'clock at night asking about if they have any firearms, or saying, hey, I ordered a 9mm online. Can I just come pick it up right now? And expect that you're not going to have to do the background check. Right now, at least in the state of Oregon, there's like 1,500 to 2,000 pending background checks per day right now.
Yeah.
Give or take.
It is nuts.
You're not going to, I'm sorry to say, like, if you haven't already done your background check for a weapon, you're not going to walk home with your weapon same day right now. You're just not. So don't give your gun dealer a hard time about it. Do the research. Learn how the system works. You're gonna have to do a damn background check. Know what kind of ammunition your weapon system that you're purchasing takes. Eric was telling me that he had somebody order a 9mm, and they ordered a ton of 9mm Tokarev ammo.
Jesus.
9mm Luger does not fire Tokarev ammo. It's a different type of ammo.
Yeah.
Like, do your research, people. This is the kind of insanity that's going on because of coronavirus. It's rather crazy. Eric was telling me he's got people calling him at 11 o'clock at night, all kinds of stuff.
Oh my
If you're
god!
that kind of person, you suck. Stop it.
Yeah, right?
Just stop it, Tom. Just stop it.
Stop it.
You know, do your research. You know, and if you are a first time gun buyer or thinking about buying a firearm for the first time, and you listen to our show, reach out to any one of us. Reach out to us. We'll point you in the right direction to Eric or Jesse or anybody that can educate you on it. Even us, we can educate you on this stuff. Just don't be dum-dums, and on that note, be responsible about your purchases too. Don't screw it up for everybody else.
Yeah, speaking of being responsible for purchases, Pete Barlow says 3 more days and I passed my background investigation to get toilet paper.
Oh my god!
Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah. So I mean, what do you guys think about that? Like, your guys' thoughts?
It is absolutely insane right now, as far as with how long a lot of these background investigations and stuff are taking, because so many people are buying stuff up. I mean, it's almost a freaking godsend to be able to find ammo for that 300 blackout that I just got done building. So far I've only been able to get my hands on 2 freaking boxes of it, and I'm still looking for more. I know High Tech actually gave me a resource to reach out to, so I'm going to be doing that here very shortly. And it's funny because here yesterday, had to go to my local feed store and stuff because I had to pick up some pine shavings and stuff for the horses and whatnot here in the barn. And it was funny because I just went downstairs in their sporting goods section just to look, and right now they have a 6-month wait on more ammo. And there was a guy that was trying to buy a firearm there that day that was in line up in front of me, and he had, I guess apparently there's like a 2 to 3 day wait on background checks right now through the state. And it's insane, because people are panic buying so much. I mean, I get it. You're trying to be prepared and everything. And I kind of laugh at the same time because it kind of goes back to that joke that we've been seeing on Facebook. It's like, oh yeah, for those of you that are stockpiling on ammo and everything else, thanks for stockpiling that for me while they're stockpiling on TP and other provisions, I'm stockpiling on ammo. So that way I know that, you got everything for me. Appreciate that, but I mean, it's bad. It really is. I mean, I understand you want to take the extra precautions, but come on, people, let's get real. It's not the apocalypse.
So John and I
really
were
not.
having this discussion the other day, actually, and here's the thing: is do you really need 2,000 rounds or better of ammo?
Yes.
And all that. I mean, do you really need it and run all the stores out of stock?
No.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Depending what you're doing.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say it's a matter of whether you need it or not. Like, in normal circumstances, I might want that much. I don't think I should be restricted from that. But I think you should also be polite to your fellow weapons enthusiast and Second Amendment enthusiast, and saying something for the next guy, especially in the times that we're at now.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can see on the shelves how much is left behind the counter. Have some common sense. Be like, they only got like 6 boxes left. They had 6 boxes of that 300 blackout in the store when I bought mine that were sitting there on the shelf. Did I take all 6? No, I was just like, you know what? No, I'll just grab 2 for now. I'll leave some for the next guy. But that's just, that's being considerate. Not everybody, unfortunately, is, in practicing that right now, which is sad. It really is, because with the times that we're going through right now, it's, it's sad. It really is.
No, it's absolutely, it's insane at the moment. When you start hearing things like Cabela's is sold out of firearms and ammunition, that's pretty huge. That takes a lot of people to make that happen.
Yes, it certainly does. Big shout out right quick to Ravik, who is checking in from up there in Montana. Good to see him jumping in here. Most storage services are actually closed where I'm located. I work at one of the last food service companies that is still open. Keep it going, bud. Keep it going. So anyhow, sorry. Go ahead, John.
No, you're good. And this kind of boils down to your lack of preparation does not constitute an emergency on my part.
Here.
I've got ammo. I don't mean to say that as an arrogant thing, but why? If it's important now, it should have been important before. To have ammunition laying around. Just saying.
But you're not hoarding it and going out and buying tons and tons of it right now.
Right. No, I'm not. I have bought ammunition since this all started, but I bought ammunition so I could go shooting.
Yeah.
So I could go shooting. Because I like to go shooting still. But yeah, it's pretty ridiculous right now. I'm not gonna lie, and it certainly doesn't constitute being a dick to your local gun store dealers either.
Ridiculous.
You guys need to, please be courteous and kind to your gun dealers and your gun stores out there and gun store owners. They're going through a hell of a time right now. If they say that they can't get it for you, trust me, they can't freaking get it for you right now. It's not just them, it's everybody right now. Everyone.
Yeah,
And
that
Super
is
Glue
to
and Endless
include the
BJs will not
manufacturers.
fix this.
No, Super Glue and Endless BJs will not solve this.
No,
and
sure.
it all comes out. The manufacturers are having a hell of a time trying to keep up with production too, and it's horrible. It really is.
Absolutely. So with that, I'm gonna get off my high horse with that public service announcement. We're gonna move on to the other one. So we're gonna get into some outdoor stuff. Kind of go over some of the public lands closures and both state and national public lands closures. So I know at least here in Oregon for us, and this is going to be kind of geared more towards Oregon. Sorry, guys. I've done some research in the other states and kind of have an idea how they're doing it. I definitely know how they're doing it federally. So there has been a lot of confusion due to the way the media is portraying. And again, we don't need a ban on travel or anything like that. We need a ban on the freaking media. That's what we need.
No, because then we're banning ourselves,
Okay,
and that's no bueno.
news media.
Again,
major
banning
news
ourselves.
Major news networks,
Oh,
CNN,
okay. I
even
can
Fox
work with
News
that.
for that matter. For God's sakes, local news is the worst right now too. So we're gonna try and cut through some of the bullshit and the smoke and mirrors on that tonight. So a lot of you guys have heard probably through the radio or through the media that your public lands are now closing, especially here in the state of Oregon. They are saying that Forest Service is closing down public access to lands and all that other stuff. Guys, please go to the websites, read what the closures are, because they differ by forest, they differ by ranger district, they differ by the amount of people that they usually have visiting said areas. Not everything is closed. State parks in Oregon are closed. I will confirm that, which I think is ridiculous in many ways. I think that's the best place you could go to social distance. Even if, a decent amount of people go there, you're going to have a better time social distancing there than you are at a bar or a restaurant or any of that stuff. And we've kind of, the state's kind of taken away what is going to give people an outlet to escape the stress of all this and the stress of being cooped up at home and everything. I think it's kind of a bad deal. But as far as the Forest Service goes, at least for the state of Oregon, the only major place that I know is completely closed right now is my former forest that I used to work on, the Columbia River Gorge National Scenic Area. They've pretty much got it shut down, but there's a good reason for that. Places like Multnomah Falls and the waterfall area in the gorge attract on the weekends between anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 plus visitors a day.
Yeah.
It gets insane there, and that's rain or shine. People come to visit that rain or shine. So if you're looking forward to go into the gorge, you're not going to in the near future. It's closed for all intents and purposes. I will say, so here in my neck of the woods, the Deschutes National Forest, the Ochoco's, Willamette, it's impacted sites and fee recreation sites that you have to pay a fee for. So campsites.
And mind you, those are established campsites.
Yeah, established sites. Trailheads are open. If you want to go hiking, go hiking. Seriously. And honestly, if they have a sign saying, "Oh, trail closed," and there's nobody around, go hike. Seriously, get out of the house. Go out in the woods, enjoy the woods. That's probably the safest thing you could do right now.
Just
is
be
actually
safe.
go enjoy recreating out in the wilderness. Just be safe.
And know where you are, so that way you don't have to call for a rescue or anything.
Yes, and that's actually something I was going to get into on this. Just know that if you are planning on recreating in the wilderness in the major backcountry, likely you're going to have a hard time getting rescued if something goes sideways. So make sure you're prepared for, things to go wrong or things to go sideways on an outdoor adventure. Have first aid kit, have extra food, have extra clothes, warm clothes, have something to sleep with. Whether it's a sleeping bag, a nice warm blanket, extra fuel. Just be prepared for that. Overall preparedness. And let someone know where you're going too. So like I said last weekend, I had my buddy. He went up in the woods, and his only saving grace is he had cell service where he got stuck. Had he not had cell service, he would have been screwed.
Yeah.
Absolutely screwed. So don't be silly when it comes to that stuff. But seriously, you guys, go out and enjoy nature. That's probably the best thing you can do right now to de-stress and get out of your head. Just check your local forest websites, the U.S. Forest Service websites, the BLM websites. They are a good source of information. They're not going to sugarcoat anything. That's one thing I learned with the Forest Service is they will tell you if it's closed. Just go check it out, hit them up. But I can tell you right now, it appears that
I'm in here now.
It's just impacted sites. Something that's a well-established site, like campsites, recreation sites, anything
Improved.
that
Yeah, all the improved sites,
All
day
the
use,
improved
all of
sites.
that have been restricted or blocked off.
boat launches. And then the scenic area, unfortunately, it is one of my favorite places to go hiking, but it is so damn popular that they've got their trail system closed right now because
which is sad. It really is.
it is. But it's not feasible. I will say that is an area that it is not feasible to maintain social distancing during as we get closer to these peak times of the year, and even during the rainy months out there, it is always busy. It is always popular. So that is sad. But there's plenty of other places to go recreate, you guys. Get out there and, don't let this stop you from enjoying what the good Lord's given us, Mother Nature.
But, damn it. By God, diggity dang.
So with that, what do you guys think?
It like you said, it's sad because you got all these guys that are, you have all these areas that are still available. Hang on 1 second. Josh, go ahead for a second.
Oh, well, there is a lot of places that are available, and it sure makes, the way that they advertise it, let's say, is they sure make it seem like they don't want you to go up in the woods and do all that kind of stuff. But, for the most part, as long as you're not gathering up into, groups of people or, stuff like that, for example, when I was up there in Mountain National Forest last weekend, we went up fishing to the lake up there, and there was a few people around, but everybody was maintaining their distance, and everybody was being polite to one another and all that, and everybody was friendly enough and everything, and most people had the exact same thought that my daughter and I did, and said, hey, look, we want to get out of town, we want to get out into nature and just get away from this city craziness that that we're constantly experiencing. So I think there is definitely, I think now is a great time to go and find a lot of those places to go and fish or to hike or all that you wouldn't normally go to,
Right.
You know, find those ones that are off the beaten path and everything. But, you know, just like John mentioned, you know, make sure somebody knows where you're at. You know, John and Justin both had, you know, the area where I was and knew how to get a hold of me if they needed, you know, to come and find me and all that kind of stuff. So,
Right.
you know, always make sure somebody, you know, knows what your plans are going to be, when you're supposed to be expected back, all that sort of thing. And, yeah, it's important to be safe out there.
Agreed. You know, and here's the other thing about it too. I mean, here's my thoughts on this whole thing too, is that I understand where a lot of these folks are coming from as far as like trying to help out with the social distancing and everything. And when I say these folks, I'm talking about, you know, Uncle Sam and their keepers, unfortunately. But, you know, it's with, you know, a lot of the established campsites and things like that, you know, those camp areas, as well as, you know, with certain boat docks and, you know, things of that nature, those well established areas, I get it, because those get congested at times, especially, you know, we're coming up on that time of year where people are going to start getting out of the house. They're going to start loading up the campers. You know, they're going to start getting outside, doing those spring and summer type activities outdoors. But when you have states, you know, as a prime example, I didn't know if this was on your talk points at all this tonight, John, but take example, the state of Washington as a prime example. They shut down all their hunting and fishing, period, within the state of Washington, as well as Oregon has as well on the Columbia and Willamette rivers. So even if that's your primary means of taking care of your family and putting food on the table, guess what? You can't right now because they have shut that down. You're not able to go out and do it. And that's the thing that sucks, is just like, you know, really, that's how a lot of people take care of their families. I know, you know, as you guys both know, that's how our family here in my household, that's how we put food on our table. That's how we take care of ourselves. You know, we grow a lot of our own food, you know, so yeah, a lot of times we got to go to the produce section there at the store or whatever. But when it comes to putting meat on the table, you know, whether it's fish, you know, or whatever, you know, fish, chicken, you know, pork, beef, you know, venison, elk, whatever the case may be, that stuff that we raise, that stuff that we, you know, that we harvest or raise to put on our table. And the fact that they're trying to push back on that now with all this, you know, I don't know, man. It doesn't sit well with me. It really doesn't. I mean, I don't see a reason why they should be putting that into place. Your thoughts?
Well, there's not. There really isn't. You know, I don't think that's gonna last long. I think, you know, if things start getting bad, I think it's gonna get to the point where people just don't give a damn what the government says. You know, which is sad. And well, it's not really sad, but it's, you know, it's gonna cause problems for sure. But you know,
right.
People are only going to take so much and take so much shit. But regardless of all that, you know, right now, guys, you can get outside. Don't listen to what the news says. I mean, or listen to what the news says, but do your research, you know, fact check it, look into it, go to your local forest website and mind you, there's a difference. There's state and there's federal. Your federal public lands and your state public lands. They're two different entities, two different governing bodies. Make sure you look into each one separately, because state forestry is going to have a different set of rules in place than federal forest lands. Make sure you check out both websites. And with that, just get out in the woods, you guys.
I'm sorry, I'm sitting here laughing, which by the way, so as a heads up, I got Pop sitting here next to me. Mariah stepped out so that way the old man can step in here for Pop takes here in a second. But I'm looking at the comments and stuff, and I kind of have to giggle. That's my son. That's your grandson that just made the comment. He says, Ravick comments, the virus is just a ploy to keep people indoors so the government can change the batteries in the birds. You know?
Right? Could be.
Smarter than the average kid, you know?
Well, let's not start the tinfoil hat conspiracies. It's just,
I
We
think
can
he
go
means
down
it as a
rabbit hole
joke.
that will last an entire day for that stuff.
All right. I think we could dedicate a whole show if we want to play
Hey,
tinfoil.
Yeah, John, I got a quick question for you.
What's up,
If you're
Pops?
you're out there hunting or fishing, do you usually have somebody closer than 6 feet to you?
Oh,
I don't want anybody that close to me when I'm out hunting. If I'm in the woods, I want to spread out a ways.
It
know-
depends. I mean, if you're traveling out on the roads looking for stuff, yeah, you're going to be in the same vehicle as another person. But if you're out beating the brush, probably not.
Well, even when we're traveling around, if we got 4 in the truck, we got like 3 to 4 feet at least between us anyhow.
Absolutely.
fair
No,
enough.
there's a lot of silliness going on, but hey, we're getting down the rabbit hole on this. You guys, the fact of the matter is, you can get out, you can go hiking, you can go enjoy the outdoors. You just got to do a little research into it. Got a couple friends that went out fishing and they went out on a boat today. It's all good. You can still do some of this stuff. Just take what the media has. When I say media, I don't mean us. I mean major news corporations, news networks. Take what they have to say with a grain of salt. Do your research, cross-check it, and yes, this is all affecting our lives, every one of us in some way, shape, or form. But you know what? You're only going to get as down as you let yourself get down, if that makes sense. Get outside,
Absolutely.
get out of your head, go enjoy what we have that we still can go enjoy, which is the outdoors for the most part, And with that pretty much wraps up this segment for the outdoor section. I'm going to have some actual good, newer content for you guys next week. Maybe hope to God that we can be on video, although I doubt that's going to happen. But we will see. You guys, please go check out Eric's Armory at ericsarmory.com. Please be patient with them if you do. They are doing their best to get stuff in. Give them your support, though, and just be patient, you guys. They are actually a critical business, and they are working overtime to make sure that you guys are getting what you need.
They are working their asses off over there.
Drop them a thank you, whatever you can do, you guys. Also, stay tuned for more updates for G4S and for the 308 and stuff like that. We're going to have some announcements coming up shortly about that. And with that, I will turn it back over to you, Justin.
All righty. All right. Well, thank you, good sir. Appreciate it. Excellent news, as always, for the outdoors. And we're going to go ahead and jump into our next segment known as Pop's Takes. Hit it, Josh.
We hope you brought the aloe and sunscreen,
Bullshit.
because these takes are scorching hot. Now, get ready for some raw,
You went raw?
gritty, and unfiltered takes from the old man, Don himself.
She can't say the truth because it does makes her look like an idiot. Because that's what she is.
These are Pop's Takes, right here on BB Nation Radio.
Bullshit.
All right. And back by popular demand, the old man Pops is live here in studio. What's going on, Pops? How you doing?
Oh, God help us.
I'm doing pretty good considering we're kind of locked into the home area pretty much. But I just was watching some of that stuff on the news and everything, and I see that they've.
Daddy, you got to almost kiss the pop filter.
Okay, I got it. I'm closer. I'm sorry. But usually I talk so loud that I don't have to get too close to a mic, and you can hear me pretty well.
Fair enough argument. Fair enough argument.
But in this case, I saw something a couple of days ago, or I guess yesterday, after they passed that stimulus bill,
Mm-hmm.
and I never seen anything so stupid by a senator or a House of Representatives person in my life.
Oh, do tell.
Did you hear what AOC was complaining about?
I knew that was coming.
She
can't say the truth
because if it does, makes her look like an idiot. Because that's what she is. She was so stupid. She stands up there and she's chewing out the country and everybody, the whole Congress, because we're not going to take care of the illegal immigrants before we take care of our own.
Last I checked, yeah, exactly. Last I checked, you had to pay taxes in order to get this package.
Well, she didn't like that one bit. That was one of the things she was complaining about. She says, everybody, I don't care who they are, should get the money. And she thought we should take care of them before we took care of our own people. Even our sick people. They didn't want our sick people. She didn't want our sick people taken care of before the immigrants' sick people were.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
The illegal immigrants, if they want care, go home.
Agreed.
Anyhow, that was something that I saw this week that just really blew me up.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Oh, there. See, you got the seal of approval from the president himself. Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah, well, he's got my seal of approval the way he's been handling this so far. And a lot of people don't realize how lucky they are. Can you imagine right now if you had Joe Biden, or not Joe Biden, but President or Vice President Biden, if he was your president right now, where do you think you would be right now?
Huh? Huh?
Yeah. Huh.
What?
That's exactly what he'd be doing.
Hell no.
He'd probably be all dead.
Something.
He would. What you know what he called the president all bias and prejudice and all kinds of names because he closed off the Chinese border or the Chinese from coming into our countries so early. But that's where it was all the big thing then at that time. Now it's spread all over the world, and some countries have got it worse than they do.
Well, take a look at Italy as an example.
Italy's really got it bad. Their percentage of people that they are in the population that have it to the percentage of that don't have it is much larger than most countries all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got our share of them here. But yeah, they say we've got more than that China does now. But guess what? We've really tested a lot of people, and a lot of people have been tested didn't even know they had it.
Right. Well, then I think our numbers actually are more accurate than the Chinese anyhow.
Our numbers are more accurately reported than they were.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that they're more accurate than what they have. I'm saying they're more accurate than what they tell us they are.
That's fair enough. So,
but that's enough about the coronavirus thing. I mean, I'm just like John about them closing down everything and making it so hard to get anywhere or do anything. I think you have to use complete caution now. I just heard tonight on the here in the state of Oregon that the fire department or fire marshals and everything have taken off the regulations, where now the company, these gas stations can make you pump your own gas.
Yeah.
Oh, even better than that, they are. I went up to the Fred Meyer gas station up here, and they will not pump your gas. They will show you how to do it.
Well,
there you go.
Here's my question. Do you carry gloves with you all the time?
No, but you better right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I'm going to start carrying them with me in my trucks, my vehicles all the time. I'm going to make sure my wife does, and Joe or John, Justin and Mariah and all of them.
Hey, John, apparently you're a part of this now, too.
You are, John. You're a part of the family, too.
I knew that a long time ago.
Yeah. You better start using them gloves or keeping them with you when you go to a gas station.
Trust me, Pops, I was already a germaphobe long before any of this crap happened. Like, and when I say germaphobe, I mean that I was a normal human being that likes to keep my hands clean. I already don't touch a lot of public stuff because people are disgusting, nasty creatures.
And the thing is we're not calling them gloves anymore. We're calling them Corona condoms.
Yes, Corona condoms are what they are now.
Well, that works. But just all you guys, I just want everybody that's listening to this, if you're in the state of Oregon, make sure that you take them with you, and then leave them at the station. Leave them in their trash right there after you get done. When you get in your vehicle to leave, Take them off before you get in your vehicle and put them into their trash. Let them take care of them.
By God.
It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like, yeah, let's limit, by letting the gas attendants, all 6 or 7 of them at a gas station, maximum 6 people handling gas pumps, to now let's let every swinging ding dong and flapping VV that walks through the gas station touch the damn gas pumps.
Well,
Just saying.
Don't you know that gas cap might be what gets you,
I'm sorry, but flapping VV just lost me, dude.
Here, here.
Yeah, that's the new one. Flapping VV. You better sound like
Flapping
that.
VV. That's awesome.
That's just something I heard. I was just kind of flabbergasted by that they're trying to make things so bad. It's more dangerous doing that to pass it on to other people than it is for the attendants to take precautions using their gloves and all that stuff and taking care of things.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot easier for 6 people to take care of everything than for everybody in the public to come in. Every time they come in, they got to go out and clean the pumps or do whatever. You know what I mean?
Can confirm.
They're making it more dangerous for the public in trying to protect those 6 attendants that are paid to do the job that they're not doing.
Yeah. I would say that is a fair assessment, good sir.
Okay, tinfoil hat time for a second.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I think they're trying to make some of us sick. Honestly.
Where's Chris Cornell when we need him?
Right. So that's just my theory. I think they're trying to make us sick. But I don't know. I mean, why else would what logical person would say, "Oh, let's let everybody touch the gas pumps instead of just between 1 and 6 people touch the gas pump"?
Huh.
I don't know.
Well,
thank you, George
Let
Bartos.
me ask you something. Who controls all these restrictions?
The Ohio State University.
Well, that's a good goddamn question. I've been asking myself who controls all this since Kate Brown's little public conference that she had where Ted Wheeler did most of the talking. So I've been wondering who's actually in charge of the state since then.
Just out of curiosity, who is the governor of the state right now? Is it Kate Brown or is it Ted Wheeler?
It's a toss-up. They're both not smart enough to do the job.
Oh, man. It's like...
I have never seen a city in such turmoil as since Wheeler and some of these liberal
commissioners.
Well, yeah, we'll put it nicely. They are commissioners, I guess, if you want to call them that. I've got other names for them, but that's beside the point.
Too late, Pete. Ohio is. They are the conspiracy. I'm just saying. Anyhow.
I don't think that some of these people we've got in our upper government here in the state have any clue as to what they're doing. I mean, it's beyond their mental capacity to be able to handle these kind of jobs. What's going on?
That's not just our state. I think that's a lot of the country.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. I mean, hell, have you looked at California here lately? I'm just saying.
I prefer not to.
Yeah, well, right? Or Washington.
I'm just going to say the state of Washington right now.
Yeah, Jay Inslee. Oh, the oh so wise Jay Inslee. Yeah. Oh, I think I got a gag now. Anyhow.
Well, now you got a really good one though. You got Kumo, and they're talking about putting him in place of Biden running for president. Do you believe that?
You know what though? If they put friggin' Cuomo up there, if they take Biden out of the picture and put freaking Governor Cuomo in there, in all honesty, I'm not a big fan of the guy either, but he's a step up.
Well,
at least he can remember what he said the day before.
Okay, that may be true, and I'm not arguing that point.
He's a useful idiot.
Really bothers me.
He's a what? Did you say he's a useful idiot?
Yep.
Well, I'm trying to be nice here, okay? That's not very good. Not very often that happens, okay? But
fair enough.
I guess what really bothers me about the whole thing is if the Democratic Party can do away with the people that have been voted for by their Democrat in the Democrat primaries, if they can take away who those people voted for and put somebody else in that has not even been running, what do you think that means to our democracy?
What's
Hit it,
democracy?
Hit it, Josh. Where's the X-Files music?
We already played the X-Files clip.
I'm just saying.
Wait, what's democracy, you guys?
What? Something that this country is not. We are a constitutional republic, and people seem to forget about that. Anyhow.
But it's still supposed to be a people run by the government run by the people or voted in by the people. You know, we're supposed to be able to tell them who's going to run the country.
What's that? Mind blown. What? You know,
we use a democratic process to elect and pass laws. However, we are a constitutional republic.
Yes.
Correct.
Boom. Done. Mic drop. Mind freaking blown. So, all right. Well,
Where
Pops.
did they get lost? Where did they get lost?
Yeah. It's been lost for a while. So, anyhow.
If you need to get off,
old
get
man,
the fuck off, all right?
Here's to all
here's
you guys.
to you, brother. Pops, appreciate it. All right. And with that being said, thank you very much, sir. Do appreciate it. And yeah.
Well, on with your show.
By God.
Pretty good one.
Yep. So, all right. Appreciate it, old man. We'll talk to you here later on.
Thanks,
All right,
Pops.
So, moving.
Thanks, Pops.
Hey, thanks, guys.
So, don't forget to take off the headset on the way out the door.
Wow, you're just kicking his ass right out the door. Look at that.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyhow, all right. Well, we got a special news update for you guys, and I think you're going to find this one kind of interesting. So go ahead and hit the update, good sir. All right, this one comes to us out of our friends from American Military News. And John, I think you and I had a gentleman's bet on this one, or at least I think we did. So, headline reads, Taliban takes district headquarters, says it will not negotiate with Afghan government team.
Bitch.
We called it. Taliban forces. What's that?
We're not going to withdraw.
Yeah, right. And that withdrawal just went out the window. Taliban forces have taken control of a district headquarters in Afghanistan's northeastern province of Badakhshan. I think that's how you pronounce that. An overnight development that was followed on March 28th by an announcement that the militant group will not negotiate with a team recently unveiled by the Afghan government. The district headquarters in Yumgan was overrun by Taliban fighters after heavy fighting, resulting in an undetermined number of casualties, provincial councillors told the German DPA news agency. 4 villages in neighboring Jurm, not to be confused with GERM, district were also taken by the Taliban, according to the councillors. The militant group followed up on the development by announcing that it is refusing to deal with a 21-member team approved on March 26 by the Afghan government in an effort to end the country's 18-year-old war. The team is led by Masoom Stanikazai, the former head of Afghan's National Directorate of Security. Wow, nice journalism, guys. And includes politicians, former officials, and representatives of civil society. 5 members are women. No wonder they're not going to deal with them. Under a deal signed by the United States and the Taliban in Doha on February 29th, Taliban representatives agreed to commit to direct talks with the Afghan government. In return for the start of talks and a series of security commitments from the Taliban, all U.S. troops and other foreign coalition forces are meant to withdraw from Afghanistan within 14 months. U.S. envoy to Afghanistan, Zalmay Khalilzad, had congratulated Afghan political and civil society leaders for forming what he called an inclusive negotiating team. The Taliban long controlled the Yumgan and Jurm districts of Badakhshan province until government forces retook them late in 2019. Yumgan is close to the district of Karanwan Munjan, which the Taliban took this month after days of clashes with Afghan forces. End of article. Well, there you
You
have it,
read those
folks.
names pretty good, I gotta say.
Well, you spend as much time in the Middle East as what some of us have. That kind of happens. So, but it's kiss that freaking withdrawal goodbye now. So
Pretty much.
that's where that whole thing in lies, because guess what? They're up to their old tricks again, folks. And yeah, we ain't going nowhere now. They just extended it. Thanks, Corona.
Well, I feel like if we do end up withdrawing, we're just going to be committing an Obama administration error, and then you're going to see, what happened with ISIS happen in Afghanistan.
Oh, can confirm.
It's already happening. Like, oh yeah, peace. Well, fuck it. We're going to start we're going to start messing up all the Afghan National Army bases.
Well, all I can say is high tech, really. Anyhow,
Right?
oh no, we'll talk after the show. Something that freaking high tech sent. Anyhow, and here's the thing about it that blows me out. This is completely unrelated, but I tell you what, if you think calling a virus, the coronavirus, saying it's a Chinese made or Chinese introduced virus, that's not racist. That's just saying where it came from, you freaking tools. And it's God, get over yourselves. But anyhow,
Here,
Josh,
I'll
what are your
go
thoughts
ahead,
on
I'll
this?
go ahead and put it up so everybody can see what I sent you.
Right.
But yeah, man. I don't know. This is definitely was expected. It was actually kind of unexpected when they were sitting there and doing the whole peace deal and all that. And so I was surprised at the time when they were agreeing to that, which was just like a month ago, right?
Yeah, not even.
Yeah. And so it was surprising back then.
'Cause it was a month ago exactly.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about it when that article came through, and yeah, I mean, come on, we knew it wasn't going to last. That's just plain
Right.
fact of it. We knew it wasn't going to last, and unfortunately, they apparently haven't learned their lessons, and now we're going to have to socially distance and just drop a whole bunch of bombs on them. So, just saying.
You know what? Moab's inbound, go. That's my thought. Moab's inbound.
Oh, right.
John, what?
Alrighty then. So
something you're gonna say.
Dude, my thoughts are just that, we're not leaving that place anytime soon. So
Not at this rate. Not if they're going to keep
anybody
up
who
these
still wants to
shenanigans.
deploy, there's still hope.
Right? There's still hope for the stand yet. Just saying. Don't give up, guys. Don't give up.
Right?
It's like,
So,
what was that? Freaking Ace Ventura? Or no, who the hell was that? Freaking, so you're saying there's a chance.
That was Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and
Yeah,
Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance.
Right? That's pretty much it. That's what Pete needs to be telling his privates.
Right? Absolutely. You better get on the horn and let your guys know they're Pete. Just throwing it out there.
I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
Samsonite.
Samsonite. Oh man.
He's reading.
Alrighty.
the
Well, that wraps up this week's news update for you guys. Something outside of the coronavirus and regular old politics that you hear about day in and day out. So, with that being said, let's move into our final segment known as Dummy of the Week. Hit it, good sir.
I'll spell it for you. D-U-M-M-Y.
Shut up, dummy.
You big dummy.
For every man, there's a woman.
And for every dummy, there's a dummy. Dummy.
And now, your Dummy of the Week on BV Nation Radio.
Mariah, take it away.
All right, for this week, Dummy of the Week. Oh my goodness, it's interesting. Couple caught having sex in police parking lot walked to jail, authorities say.
Yes. I don't know if this is dummy of the week. This is just legend status.
Now you know where the show title came from this week, folks.
An Alabama couple was taken to jail Friday after authorities say they were caught having sex in a police department parking lot.
Yes.
Brookside Police Department's Communications Center spotted the couple at about 3:30 on the department's security cameras. The pair was in a vehicle parked just outside, so officers didn't have to go very far when they responded to the scene.
You know that they waited until they were done.
I hope
These
so,
motherfuckers
but
having sex in the parking lot. Let's let them finish.
Let's see how this ends.
Commander, we got whores on the city. We need backup now.
Chief Mike Jones said they identified the occupants of the vehicle as Paula Garner and James Sanders, both of Central Point. It turns out Garner was scheduled for a court-ordered community service Friday, streaming from an earlier criminal case. Sanders was her ride there.
I'm sure she was.
It gets better here. When officers approached the vehicle, they noticed a strong odor of marijuana. The department's canine was deployed and positively alerted on the presence of illegal substance inside.
No.
Jones said authorities found crystal methamphetamine, marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and a gun inside the vehicle. Garner and Sanders were both charged with indecent exposure, possession of controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Don't forget the smell.
Additionally, Sanders was charged with being in the possession of a firearm. The vehicle was impounded, and both suspects were walked to the city jail. The officers, Jones posted on Facebook, did a
bang up job on the case. No pun intended.
It just makes you wonder how long they were actually parked there.
No,
And
no
with
soup kitchen for you. No.
Like I said, those cops let them finish. I bet they're like, well, they're gonna go to jail anyways. Let's let them have it.
I don't know, but knowing that you're gonna have to do service,
But he was
time
just gonna
anyways.
do community service.
Yeah, and now he's in jail.
Maybe her nickname was
We'll
Community.
Have sex in your car again. It will happen.
I guess.
Hey,
this is the-
you know how the saying goes: you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Yeah, right?
I guess you have to get it where you can anymore and get it when you can. Josh, any comments?
Oh, I imagine he's got a few.
Well, like I said, maybe her nickname was Community, so he was just doing his community service.
He was doing his service. By God. Oh my God. I love the post on Facebook though. Did a bang up job on this case.
Yeah.
I wish the viewers could see pictures of this, but is there pictures of the suspects?
Yeah, hold on, stand by. Let me see if I can.
Oh,
They're definitely.
they
Right.
definitely look high as fuck, bro.
Oh,
Not even gonna
especially-
lie.
Especially the one on the right. Oh,
The dude? Oh yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
He is.
Which means
Lying out there.
means they had a good old time.
Like you
Oh,
can't even
yeah.
see his eyes because he can't hardly open them.
Wore that ass out in that car, apparently. I'm just saying.
It makes you wonder how much rocking there was.
Hey, apparently there was quite a bit wear his ass out like that. Look at this guy. He's like, bruh, I got no more. She took it all. She took it all.
She sucked the soul out of me, dude.
She does look like a soul sucker, man. I'm just saying.
You know, she busted into that car like that big gal or whatever her name is. Woo! You better call it sick to work. I'm about to suck the soul out of you.
Oh, you talking about that Tammy chick that's always popping up with Officer Daniels?
Yep. Yep.
About to suck the soul out of you, boy. Oh, God.
Well,
That's
calm
his
down,
shit
ho.
right now. I got no soul.
Mickey goes,
I got
maybe they were a
myself.
trailer park couple. He looks
Matt
so
Crosby. Their parents were related long before they were married.
He says it looks like he had a good time. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I don't know until the cops came up, maybe.
knocking on the Oh my! I love Annie's comment. He needs a sandwich and a nap. Whoa! What the hell is going on there, high tech?
Yeah, the screen capture thing got messed
Oh,
up.
gotcha. Terrell, I saw this picture in dare classes as a kid.
High tech. There we go.
Uh,
All right.
I know her name is Peanut Butter. She spread for bread.
What?
Richie says, I know her name is Peanut Butter. She spread for bread.
Maybe I'm gonna butter your bread.
That's what he said.
Yeah, it was something, man. Wow.
Then she said, I'm about to suck the soul out of you.
Hey,
Right.
what's in the bowl, bitch?
Oh, bitch.
Oh, I'm so glad I did this.
Didn't have a safety brief.
You're right. You barely missed the safety brief. Holy shit. Both of them did. Oh, wow. Is there anything else that you would like to add, Mariah?
No.
Or are you like at a loss right now? She's over here on her head like, nope, I got nothing else, man. These
Yeah.
mother-
Booty call, booty call, booty call.
That's what they got.
Yeah, right? One last booty
All
call
I can
before.
say is, what dummies.
Big dummy.
Don't rip the hole any bigger.
Dun, 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 dun.
Rip the hole bigger.
What? What does Mickey say? He sure as hell flooded her poop deck. Wow.
Wow,
That's what we're saying,
good
man.
much there.
Suck the soul out of this dude.
And then they went dun 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 dun.
Hashtag Alabama moist.
Wait, where are these guys from again? Florida?
Alabama.
What was it, Alabama?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
it's Alabama.
Yeah.
For one, something, a dummy of the week that is not Florida or Oregon for that case. Good job, Bama. Thanks for joining the party.
It probably should be Florida or well, no, it's Bama. It's to be
Pretty
expected.
close. Just one state line over. Yeah, roll tide, baby. Roll
Dun,
tide.
dun.
Cheryl says peanut butter and meth sandwich. Fair enough, good sir. Fair enough.
Sounds like an episode of Law and Order SVU to me.
Touche, good sir. Touche. All right. Well, that wraps up our news stories and stuff for this week's edition of BB Nation Radio. So, with that being said, it is 20 after the hour. We're going to go ahead and get this thing on wrapped up. So, closing comments, thoughts. John, you're up first in the shoot, buddy.
Yeah.
What you got?
Safety brief time. So, safety brief. Don't beat your husbands. Don't beat your wives. Don't add to the society. Don't take away from society. Latex saves paychecks while you're home on quarantine, people. Okay? Just gonna throw it out there. Anywho, you guys stay as sane as you can. If you are in one of the states that's actually in a lockdown, for those of you in New York or in parts of Washington or parts of California, stay safe, you guys. I mean, all joking aside, and I know we talk a lot of shit about this virus, but there are some some proof out there, some credible proof out there that this is a bit more serious than most people give it credit for. And I will be one of the first to admit that, you guys be safe out there. Seriously.
Just lost Joe Diffie because of it. Fuckers.
Yep. Absolutely. Stay safe out there, you guys. And, get out of your head, go out, enjoy the outdoors. let someone know where you're going, and just be safe. And thanks for watching, or rather listening tonight. And we're here if you need to talk and need an outlet too. So.
My God, Mariah, you're up.
Don't be caught having sex in a car.
Why not?
Why not?
Paychecks, people.
Or if you do, at least do it somewhere secretive, not in front of a police station. For my God's sake.
What if the police spotlight you though?
I'd just keep going.
Right?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that. And keep,
Oh, really?
other than that,
Do share.
other than that, we will. If you're getting out and about and everything a little bit, if you have to for the essentials or anything like, or you're essential for work, make sure you are staying safe and washing your hands regularly, disinfecting everything. Wash your clothes regularly to disinfect them as well, and just stay clean and practice extra clean habits right now, so you don't spread the virus around and all that. But make sure you're also reaching out to your friends and checking on them through social media or a phone call, text, something like that. And not only just friends, make sure you're checking on family members through phone calls as well. I know I have talked to my grandparents a couple times this last week just to check on them and everything. So make sure you're always doing that as well, and stay safe out there, guys.
Hey, Mariah. Hey, Mariah.
Hey, Josh. No.
Swallowing saves paychecks
No.
also.
By the way, Matt Crosby, you need to send. Go ahead and message me, since you have me on Facebook Messenger, brother. Send me your address, because that is the comment of the week, buddy. I got a Backwoods Veterans morale patch coming your way, man.
No.
What do you mean?
Both of you. No.
Hey.
We don't say no.
Yeah. Wait, did she just say no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Anyhow, moving right along. High Tech, what you got, brother?
Don't be a dummy. Wrap it.
Or swallow.
Yeah.
Or go on our tummy. I'm done.
About time.
Hey, I'll go ahead, High Tech.
So, yeah, with everything going on, obviously you can't. We don't want to be gathering in groups or things of that nature. But there's still things to do. Taking a walk. I was actually talking to my dad here earlier today, and he met up with a buddy, and they went and took a bike ride, and so they're riding bikes around and all that, and riding bikes, you're staying apart and everything like that, anyways. And they took separate rigs, so that seemed to work. There's still things you can do to get out there, but yeah, definitely, don't just get stuck in the house and inside your head and all that, and if you do, reach out to somebody, let somebody know what's going on, and let us know if we can be of help.
All right, my God. Oh my God, Matt, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me.
So hold on a second. So now I've got a question about Matt's comment there. Okay, he says,
This
so no
last one you
orgies.
just sent?
Yeah, so no orgies. Are glory holes okay? Okay, so orgies. Let me ask about this. Now, you're supposed to stay 6 feet away from each other. Exactly how's that going to work? I mean, unless you
launch
got
that shit across the room, man.
I was going to say, unless you're dragging the ground there, buddy, I think you're shit out of luck, so.
Have you ever you seem to forget about Shorzy and the things he can do. I'm just saying.
Tip.
No, ain't got nothing to do with the tip.
You can kill Japanese fighting fish. You can do bukkake from 20 feet away.
Yeah, right? Through the pH levels off of the aquarium.
Saying that, so bukkake is possible if you can shoot it far enough.
If you can shoot it far enough, bukkake is okay. Just throwing it. Matt's just like, that's why I mentioned the glory hole. Oh
just like in Cards Against Humanity, a glorious bukkake.
Oh my God, this is horrible. Anyhow, thank you guys for tuning in this week. We do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And it made this week's show a hell of a time. You really have. So, big shout out to our sponsors over at Eric's Armory and Tiny CB Shop. Be sure to check those guys out on their websites of ericsarmory.com as well as tinycbshop.com.
Hey, real quick, Justin.
Yo, shoot.
Go to our website, people. Patches are back in stock.
Yes, I was just going to say something about that. So, here this week, Wednesday, I'm going to go ahead and we'll be updating our webpage. And we now have more Backwoods Veterans media patches available online. Those will be going back on sale on Wednesday on our website. So that way, if you guys want, you can go ahead and purchase those. They're $6 a pop. And I'm telling you, they are high quality morale patches. I'm telling you, man, they're awesome. So anyhow, like I said, big thank you to our sponsors over there at Eric's Armory as well as Tiny CB Shop. Thank you folks for all tuning in this week and helping make this show a great one. As always, do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so that way you know when we go live. Be sure to share the show out with your friends, family, groups, whatever you participate in, so that way you can get them involved as well. So you guys are what makes the show. Keep an eye out for new content that we have coming available, and keep an eye out for our next episode of BB Nation Radio. I will talk to you folks on Tuesday night. I will be doing another special episode of the Fence Line Country over on the Spreaker side of the house with my good buddy DJ Glenn from the Hillbilly Highway. He'll be joining me in studio again on Tuesday night. Going to be a great time hanging out with him. If you missed it the last time, you're not going to want to miss out this one. So anyhow, without further ado, thank you folks very much. Do appreciate it. And we will talk to you guys here next week, right here on BB Nation Radio. Have a good week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. This has been another episode of BB Nation Radio here on Backwoods Veterans Media.